And I believe we got a fan question.
Let's hear it. What do you guys think the odds of landing our OC Ben Johnson's are, and why?
Well, that's a layered question. From a logical standpoint, I look at Ben Johnson and see how he took a talented passer who was underachieving in Jared Goff and has maximized and amplified his strengths within the Lions offense and the structure of that offense. And I look at the Bears, who have a very talented passer, also number one pick, who has flashed as a rookie and has in some games underachieved, as well as the entire offense. And I would say a logical GM and front office would say, let us land the hottest offensive mind prospect in the game and offer him a blank check and a 4 or 5 year contract and say, come get a hold of our offense. That is the logical side of me. The Bears fan side of me says that Bears don't always do the logical thing. The logical side of me would say, because Ben Johnson, he's applauded both Justin Fields and Caleb Williams. Obviously, that he's a fan of both, and that he's kind of quietly lobbied for the chance to coach either of those guys. Now, obviously, Justin Fields is gone, but I would say, logical side, I would say it would be a strong chance of Ben Johnson being the head coach. Bears fans in me, and realizing our front office doesn't always do what's best for the team, says there's also a strong chance he won't be, because some other team will jump on it and will allow him to coach their talent and express strong interest in him the minute he's available. So I would say 50-50. I hope that Ben Johnson is the next coach of the Bears. However, the Bears don't always share the same vision with me in terms of being the best team they can be.
It is political season has gotten a hold of you. I can tell how you answered that question. The man asked for odds and why do you would you do something? You went all the way around before you got to those odds, and then when you got there,
nothing in America makes sense. So when I try to make sense of something, I realize that in America, logic is not always the thing that prevails. So I have to answer.
And then you went all the way around and then still straddled the fence. You said 50-50. We've heard the news from Albert Breer, NFL writer, that Ben Johnson had his eyes on the Bears. They were playing footsie. They were sweet on each other last offseason, but Poles decided to keep Eberflus, and that has led us to where we are now. I can go ahead and say that I don't think that was a great decision. I don't know where this season is going to end, but I still believe that was not the best decision for this season and going forward. I believe Ben Johnson's star is rising greater than what my Eberflus star was at this point when he was in his last season as a defensive coordinator for the Indianapolis Colts. With that said, I think him going back to the Detroit Lions for one more year, the Lions still exceeding their expectations and look, they're going to represent the conference in the Super Bowl. There's nothing else he can achieve there. If they do win the conference, go to Super Bowl, win or loss in the Super Bowl, it doesn't matter. Nothing else he can achieve.
The playoffs, I think Ben Johnson is still the hottest coaching prospect this offseason.
Easily. And with that said, if there's nothing else he can do in the offensive seat in Detroit, nothing, and the Bears are right there, like, hey, we'll give you a blank check to come on over here and take a promotion. You got this second-year quarterback who's, waiting to be molded into an elite quarterback prospect. You got DJ signed up. You got DeAndre Swift signed up. Rome Odunze signed up. There is a lot he can work. He's got a great young defense still, because none of those guys are coming up this offseason yet.
No.
So the opportunity for the Bears to make that splash move, I would give it greater than 50-50. I would give it at least a 2/3 chance for that to happen. 66.7% for the Bears to go ahead and sign Ben Johnson away from the Detroit Lions this offseason.
I think it's a no-brainer, but I don't know what Bears' brains are sometimes.
We definitely think it's a no-brainer. As we said over and over in this one episode that won, we knew that there was no spot for Khalil Herbert in his offense. Why you wait till week 10 to trade him? And we knew that Ryan Poles saying that Matt Eberflus' job is safe regardless of wins and losses makes him what was it?
An idiot.
Right. So we see things plain as day. Maybe they don't see him as we see him in Hallis Hall. But
The thing is, you draft picks. You could have got draft capital for Velus Jones and Khalil Herbert. And as an organization, when you don't have a future for a player, getting draft capital for them before they're either released or free agents is how you continue to win. That is what you want to do for all your backup players. You know, when you have DeAndre Swift and you've committed 3-year contract to him, you drafted Roschon Johnson in the 4th round, and you got a guy that you took in Khalil Herbert, who's a 6th rounder, and a guy in Velus Jones who is a failed wide receiver prospect. Being able to get draft picks for backup running backs, that is opportunity blown. And I just feel like if that phone call was not a prank, please, I want Poles to come out and say that was a script, that was scripted, because it is an absolute travesty if draft capital was offered for Velus Jones and you kept him and had to release him for doing what Velus Jones has always done his entire career and not securing the ball.
We kept him so we can be the one to cut him. I just want to believe that.
And who picked him up again? Was it the Jaguars or the Titans?
The Jaguars.
The Jaguars picked him up. I wanted the Jaguars with that team to make whatever pick you could have got for Velus Jones would have been a success. 7th round, 6th round.
Anything. I mean, we took anything for Chase Claypool. I would have took anything for Velus. Thanks for listening to this latest edition from the Frustrated Chicago Sports Fan channel. Whether you listen to this on Apple Podcasts or Spotify or watching on YouTube, make sure you like, subscribe, share with a friend, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a drop. And all my homies from Chicago, we say 3 things: bear down, go Cubs go, and sell the team, Jerry.